Hello and welcome to Hugh Fleming Dentistry, located in Mosman on Sydney's Lower North Shore. I'm Dr Hugh Fleming, and surrounding me is my new practice, which I've created with the help of healthcare, design and construction specialists, Perfect Practice. Since graduating in dentistry in 1986, I've been involved in 4 successful dental practices, 3 of which I have built from the ground up. Throughout this progression, I have come to learn the importance of practice design and presentation to the success of a dental business. In my opinion, practice design and presentation is one of the key fundamental principles of making a successful dental business. To put it simply, patients feel more comfortable in and are attracted to a well-designed, modern environment that portrays the style of dentistry, care and attention they will receive. Hugh Fleming Dentistry has been offering restorative, cosmetic and dental implant treatments to the patients of Mosman and the surrounding suburbs for over 20 years, initially at rented premises in Bridgepoint Shopping Centre, and now at our own new premises at 600 Military Road, Mosman. Over these years, it has always been my desire to own our own premises. However, finding the right commercial suite in a largely terrace-style retail precinct was difficult. Approximately 6 years ago, I started searching for a practice, design and fit-out company who would not only give me a complete design and turnkey solution to a new practice premise, but also be involved in the premise search and selection process. After approaching several companies, I settled on Perfect Practice based on the open and non-conditional points of advice given by one of the directors in our first few meetings. Over the subsequent 4-year period, Perfect Practice and I inspected some 4 to 5 potential premises as they came on the market, and at each time Perfect Practice took the time and effort to do a dental practice feasibility assessment, outlining the good points and the potential pitfalls of construction and design for each premise. In each instance, I offered to remunerate Perfect Practice for their time and efforts. However, no charge was ever made. Finally, having found, assessed and purchased a suitable premise, the design process with Perfect Practice was partially underway. However, being a mixed commercial residential building, what needed to be done before construction was to obtain the necessary strata and council approvals for a dental practice. An exercise which turned out to be no mean feat, given the many differing strata members' agendas, necessary strata meetings, bylaws and regulatory approvals. At all times, Perfect Practice was actively involved and critical to presenting our case in the right manner so that all parties could come to an agreement. Without the involvement of Perfect Practice throughout this process, construction would have been delayed indefinitely and would have required costly legal proceedings. Being a very hands-on type of person, it was imperative for me to be actively involved in the construction process. This was never an issue for the team at Perfect Practice, and both the construction manager and site manager were at all times welcoming of my involvement and actively sought my opinion when required. Having such a transparent construction process allowed for the delivery of a final product hitch-free, on time and on budget. I'm proud of what we have achieved for our new practice. The light and open design allowing for large north-facing surgeries with extensive garden views and an abundance of natural sunlight make it a pleasure to come to work in. Our patients often comment on how amazing the garden views are and what a pleasure it is to receive dental treatment in such surrounds. The design team at Perfect Practice have done an excellent job of not only designing a practice environment that portrays the type of dental care we strive to deliver, but also accommodates the necessary dental and laboratory equipment required to administer such care. Having built several practices in my 30+ year career and listened to and read of the many horror stories of my peers over this time, it was imperative for me to contract the services of a company which not only built a practice that reflected the style of dentistry Hugh Fleming Dentistry delivers, but also eliminated the risk of those horror stories occurring. Being a busy dental clinician with an established fully operational practice, I also required a complete turnkey design, construct and deliver type operation, which handled the many regulatory and statutory processes required in this dental day and age. In my experience, perfect practice is that operation and much more. Thank you to the entire team at Perfect Practice.